What is going on, everybody? Feels like it's been a while. This video is going to come out late. I only skipped yesterday, but my schedule's been so chaotic. It feels like it's been days, and I skipped yesterday because that video was doing so well. When I have a video that's doing well, gaining traction, I try not to upload the next day. You know, let that gain a little steam, do its thing, and not step on it with my own video, right? So yeah, I kind of left that alone. And now this one's going to come out late because I just woke up from like a 4-hour nap because I was unable to sleep last night. I think I got like 2 hours of sleep. Got up and ran for about 6 hours, and then I was done. Were any of you in Pennsylvania early morning? I was in there like super early, and I-70, I-76, I think they're both the same at some point, or maybe through the whole thing, I don't know. But it was closed going west for an accident. Like they straight up just closed the interstate, and I was right there. I didn't see the accident. It was a little bit ahead of me, but I was right there where everyone was stopped at, and the cops came and they were turning us all around in the median, you know, those little crossovers. And then I had to go back to, I think it's I-68. Has anybody ever ran on that before? I feel like this was my first time, and it's got some hills on it, boy. It's got some hills. So I did get to my delivery like 4 minutes late. No big deal. They got it done. So no video of driving today or anything like that, just a lot of talking, what's on my mind and things like that. And the point of today's video will be in the title. I have a gambling addiction, and that is related to trucking, but I thought it was a very interesting comment. So we will talk about that. It was a comment from a good friend or a follower that's been around the channel for quite a while, and the old channel, and everything like that. So we'll talk about that, and we'll kind of just talk about what's going on with me right now, and all those topics are related. Super frustrated with my dispatcher right now. I had picked up this load I delivered this morning. I picked it up yesterday afternoon in Virginia, and I had sent a request to my dispatcher for some time off because I have not taken time off in like 3 months, and I figured, okay, I'm switching over to company driver. I'm going to take some time off, right? Just a couple days. And he straight up never responded to that. And that was really frustrating, to be out here for 3 months and then say, hey, I want to take some time off here on this date, and just to ignore it. Really frustrating. Really frustrating. And okay, so I'm already annoyed with him is the point. And then I had picked up this load yesterday afternoon in Virginia, and I started to leave Virginia, and I noticed it was just getting very busy over there, and it was coming over to Cleveland. So I decided to call it a day. By the way, I've been like sneezing a lot and stuff, so I might like sneeze through the video and be wiping my nose on my arm because I'm gross throughout the video. So we'll see how I'm doing. But I noticed it started to get very busy, so I decided I'm just going to shut it down. And I'll just get up real early in the morning and I'll run. And I communicated that to my dispatcher. So I said, by the time I get to where I'm going, I'll probably have used up half my day by 9 a.m. You know, so whatever the next load is, we need to get on it. And never heard a thing back on that. And then today, he finally calls me with a load that he's like, hey, that picks up between 8 and 10 p.m. It's like 60 miles from you. Do you want that load? I said, I'll take it, but I need to go to a place that will allow me to park and sit there. All I need is the address. Normally I can look at the place on like satellite view, and you can get an idea of it. Will this place let you sit here, or are they not going to? Or if you happen to have that information, dispatcher, let me know. And he goes, no, I guess that just won't work. And I'm over here by Cleveland, right? By the way, I probably end myself up on a Bonehead Truckers episode after today's incident. I was trying to get to one of these travel centers on I-80, you know, you just pull off to the side of the road. They've got truck parking. You guys have seen them. They got free showers and everything in there. And from where I was at, my GPS showed that you could come in through the back, right? And I was like, I didn't even know that about those travel centers. That's cool. I checked it on Google Maps that also shows, yeah, you go in through the back. And I'm like, that's crazy. I didn't know that at all. I didn't know you could get onto the interstate and into these travel centers through the back. You can't. You can't. You can, because there's a gate there for like incoming, I think it said like fuel trucks and deliveries and things like that to these places. So I got back there and I'm like, oh, I can't get in here. So I had to back out down the road and back out. So if you guys see a T680, or if you saw one behind one of these travel centers where you're not actually supposed to have a truck backing down the road, hey, that's me. That was me. I got through it. I got backed out, and there was a little dirt road that you could back onto, and I was empty, so I wasn't concerned with it, and had to turn around. I'm like, oh, come on. I wasn't sure, so I checked both GPSs, and they're both like, yep, you're cool. Well, you're not cool. Not at all. So I know I'm a little bit all over the place on this video. But so I got here, and then I'm down to 40 minutes left on my 14 at the time. And my dispatcher says and calls and says, I've got a load going to picking up in Pittsburgh. Do you want it? He's like, you need to get there as soon as possible. And I was like, I'm not looking at my like GPS right now, but Pittsburgh's pretty far from me, isn't it? And he's like, yeah, about 2 hours. I said, dude, I got 40 minutes left on my 14. You can see that, right? And he goes, oh, fuck. Hangs up the phone. I never hear back from him. Not at all. Actually very concerned about what that means, because I could be sitting at this goofy little travel center all weekend, and I'm not sure how to handle that, besides just be frustrated and angry and all these things. And this is not supposed to be happening, but I am not a bright person sometimes, and I make stupid decisions. I didn't realize I was making a stupid decision at the time, and now I have to live with that, I guess. I work for a company that runs solely on the spot market. Spot market is dead. Now, I thought it would be coming back. I thought as we got into the summer months, we would get better, but I underestimated whatever is going on in our economy right now to the point that it's just awful. And I am super concerned. I am going to sit all weekend, but I guess maybe I needed it. I don't know. If I can still run next week, I guess it'll be just fine. I guess it'll be just fine. What else can I do? Just lay here or sit around here and complain, or fire up the laptop and play Cyberpunk all weekend if that's what happens, and go on with my life. These are my choices, right? That's all I can do. Title of the video, guys. I have a gambling problem. So, there's no way to sugarcoat this. I'm fucking up. I'm making horrible decisions that are affecting my family, and I just straight up need to do better. Somebody had commented, Life Starts Now, shout out to Life Starts Now again, who, if he's not sending me money for some reason, through super chats and memberships and all that stuff, what a guy, what a guy. When he's not doing that, he is making really good points that I wish I had paid attention to before. Hey, I'm getting older, guys. I'm learning as I go, and I just don't have time for the nonsense anymore. But he left a comment on, I think it was my last video, where he said he feels that lease purchases are specifically geared towards the people that have the same mentality as somebody that has a gambling addiction, in the sense that they'll make sure you see some good weeks every now and then, just to give you a taste, just to let you taste that success of what it feels like to really be making some money, and then you'll chase that success for weeks and weeks and weeks, and just when you've just about had enough and I'm gonna turn in this truck and I'm gonna do something else, they give you a taste again. Keep you on the line, just enough to keep you hooked, so you'll chase it for a few more weeks. And I'll be damned if Life Starts Now didn't make a really, really good point. And it hurt my feelings, to come to the realization that, damn, he right? But he sure got me figured out with that comment too. Oh, he's got me figured out. I've been a truck driver for about 10 years. The last 2 of them, roughly, I found myself earlier on in the 2-year mark in a position where I could afford to buy a truck and I could afford the repairs and all this stuff. And obviously I did that for a while and I made a lot of money. And eventually that all came down. That's it. That's the story, isn't it? For everyone, for a lot of people. You do see people that sustain their owner-operator status for their whole career. But what you see a lot more of is people that go do it, they try, they either aren't good at it, which could be my case, or the economy fails on them and they fail with it, which maybe could be my case. Any number of things that end people's career as an owner-operator. They make the fatal mistake, the people that fail at it, which I think is okay. I think failure is a really great thing for people if you learn from it, and apparently I have not. Like so many others, though, once you have a taste of it, you become obsessed with the idea that I'm going to be an owner-operator again, one way or another. Even if that means leasing a truck for a higher price, and one day I'm going to pay off that truck. Oh, we all know most of us aren't going to pay off that truck, don't we? Don't we? But we still chase it foolishly, thinking that one day we're just going to own this truck and we're just going to run this country like we used to, man. And we're going to spend out our days just being a badass owner-operator, and we ain't going to answer to no one. We answer to a lot of people, but we act like we don't. And point is, he was right. I need to let go of this idea that I'm going to be a badass owner-operator. The writing's always been on the wall. If I trucked for 10 years and 8 of them were as a company driver, what makes me think that this last 2 years that was a fluke in the entire thing is going to change the trajectory so that I can always be an owner-operator? Man, I should have been like a priest or something. When I get like really into it, I should have been a cult leader. Man, I get fired up and then interrupt myself. So maybe I shouldn't have been that. Maybe I should just stop talking on here also. But I got myself so obsessed with the idea that I can lease and win, and that I can own a truck again. And you know what I'm actually doing it with all this? Killing myself early. That's what I'm doing, because I'm so damn stressed about the truck repairs, the truck bills, everything that needs to be done. When I have all the experience in the world, 10 years driving a truck. I have all this experience. I can drive for anyone. And the maintenance is their problem, and the fuel is their problem. And when the damn truck breaks down, they have to pay for me to get a motel until stuff is fixed. And none of that comes out of my pocket. The point is, I'm not sure that owner-operator is better than company driver. You know? When it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, what do? No safety net. None whatsoever. And I'm really screwing up. I really am. And I need to recognize that. And you guys see from the last video, I did recognize that. I'm doing my best. But the minute I switched to company, now all of a sudden, they just can't find loads. Now all of a sudden, our communication has broke down. Right? Yeah, I know. I've got a history as a job hopper. I know I do. I'm aware, and I need to fix that too. But what I'm not going to do is sit around. Well, wait a minute. It's the same exact company I worked for last week. The same exact dispatcher that responded to every text message, that over-communicated everything with me. All of a sudden, the minute I switched to company driver, that communication's gone. That respect we had for each other is completely gone. Boy, that speaks volumes. And I guess I'm pretty easily manipulated sometimes, because I say, man, this is such a good company. Ownership is amazing. The leadership around here is just so good. When you're paying their bills. When you're paying their bills, they are, because this truck did not sit. This truck has never sat. This thing was go, go, go for 3 months straight. Now we can't move it, huh? Now we can't find loads for it, huh? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Say I'm not sure how to feel about that, but I'm absolutely sure how to feel about that. We'll see what happens. Monday, this truck's moving one way or another. I'm 300 miles from the terminal. One way or another, this truck is moving. We'll just see what the fate of all that is. But I'll give it through Monday. I understand. Weekends suck, and I could maybe use some time to just sit here, play some video games, relax for a while. And if we can run this truck Monday morning, well, that'll be good. But the point is, I'll probably go on for a half hour, but hopefully I don't. When I was on Wilburner's live stream for a little while last night. That's why I was thinking his name. When I should have been sleeping. I jumped in there for a little bit. But when Life Starts Now mentioned the gambling addiction mentality that it takes to continue to be an owner-operator over and over and over, and you get to brag about those good weeks every once in a while. And ain't it funny how that good week comes back around right when you're about to just call it and say, this don't work for me. Yeah. Ain't it funny? He's right. He's right. There's nothing, one of my favorite things in the world is a blackjack table. Oh man, I love it. I love getting on a blackjack table, and I like to think I'm actually pretty good at it. Sometimes I'm not. It's been a while since I've played now, but I sure did have a good time. I sure did. And I do get addicted to those rushes of when things are going really well, when I just crushed it. You guys have seen that over the course of the last... I've only been back on YouTube roughly a month and a half or so. But even in that month and a half, you guys have seen it when I'm having a good week and I'm crushing it. But you've also seen, like me, giving every reason in the world why this week is going to be a good week, only to be let down at the end. They'll let me taste it for half the week, and then they won't let me have it. You know, they won't let me finish. But now they're screwed because they can't keep doing that to people because the spot market sucks. So you have to get them everything that you can at all times. I did it wrong. I did it wrong, guys. And you guys have probably told me that. I don't listen to other people. I gotta go figure it out for myself. I gotta go figure it out for myself. I don't listen to other people. But trucking's in bad shape right now, especially the spot market. And unless you've got some money saved, you've got no business being in it. Whether that be as a owner-operator, lease operator, or company driver that works for a company that works solely in the spot market like I'm doing right now, this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. But he got me. He's right. I do have an addictive personality. Right? My vape. Love my vape. That's one example. So I am going to make changes. I need to be an adult. I need to be much more mature and responsible than I have been being for the last couple years. And I don't care anymore what people say. I have a family to take care of. And I wouldn't say I failed to take care of my family the last couple years. I could have done a lot better. But when it comes to taking care of a family, it's not all about a $7,000 week. It's not about, you know, making big dollars. There's a lot more to it, as I am not, it's not that I'm just learning the lesson. I knew it all along, but my wife's got this, you know, dental situation that's really screwing her up. And if I had cooled my jets a little bit and realized that I'm not above anything, I'm not above being a company driver, then I would have just done that to begin with. And by now we'd have health insurance, and I could have said, yeah, go to the dentist. But instead, we had to let it play out. Are you feeling better today? Are you feeling better? And it went all the way to the point where she just couldn't take it anymore. And now it's turned into a situation. If anybody's curious, she is starting to feel a lot better. She's had her antibiotics for almost a week. And like the swelling's gone down a lot. And she is starting to feel a lot better. But as far as the, procedure, we don't know how to pay for it yet. We have no idea. Trying to figure that out. Anyways, now's the time to stop chasing glory, Glory's over, baby. That ship sailed. It may come back, and it will come back. It's going to take some time. But now's the time to survive. Hunker down, do the safe thing, in my opinion. I'm not telling y'all what to do. You guys go crazy. But a thing I haven't done for the last 2 or 3 years, just do the safe thing. Make sure that you can provide for your family. So I am looking at companies with actual contracts. Contracted freight. Bigger companies, sure, but this one's very small, so that's not saying much. But companies with contracted freight, and I do have 3. Don't worry, I never say who they are, but 3 that I am talking to, and all 3 are very good options for me. All 3 of them pay at least 60 cents a mile. Now, I know you guys are wondering, how does this happen to you, this guy trucks? Well, because I'm dumb. That's how this happens to me. But do you think it's kind of funny that all of a sudden we can't find a load for this truck the minute it goes company, the minute I'm not paying the bills? Do you find that a little bit suspicious? I do. All of a sudden, the same dispatcher that communicated every intention he had and that responded to every one of my texts before, suddenly there's a breakdown in communication. I find it odd. The minute I'm not paying the bills on the truck anymore, I find it surprising. But I am talking to these 3 companies. Every one of them pays at least 60 cents. All the way up to 75 cents. W-2, full benefits, 401ks. I'm 40 now, guys. I need to stop chasing glory, Because, boy, we have some good times. Oh, God, did we. Fuck. Now's not the time for it. This may be my last chance, it feels like. Because one of the companies I've actually worked for before, it's been quite a few years now. And you guys know earlier in the video, I said I do have a little bit of a reputation. A little bit of a job hopper. Their director of recruiting called me today. Said, Josh, I want to have a talk with you real quick. And he says, we looked at your safety record when you were here. We looked at your performance overall with, inspections, which you had none when you were here. You're being on time to your appointments. He said you did a great job with that. Didn't violate any, hours of service. You were an ideal truck driver. Except it seems like you would like to job hop a little bit. I said, yes, sir. Guilty. I have no response to that. He said, okay, we're going to go ahead and start processing your application. He says, but I want you to remember that I called you and we talked about this, before I brought you back on. And I want you to think about that when you're in here for a month and somebody gives you a better offer. Okay? We'll bring you back. Granted, you don't have a bunch of problems now. We'll bring you back. But I want you to remember that I called you to have this conversation. He goes, I don't really call people. I'm the director of recruiting. He said, my recruiters call people. He said, we pay a lot better than we did the last time you were here. He said, obviously, we've got newer equipment. And he says a lot of companies are struggling right out there right now. He said that's just the reality of it. He said, but we've got the contracted freight, you know that. We've got a freight network, you know that. We'll bring you back on. It's going to take some time. So that one's in looking good. Then the two others, I have not figured out quite where that's going, but the point is, when it came to providing for my family, I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the dollars and the potential of what you can make compared to the reality of what you need to take care of your family. For one, you need to not be trying to pay the damn bills for a company, because then you can never go home. You got to be out here all the time. Home time. Taking a couple days off, at least a couple days every month, to stop and see your family and not have to get back on the road and worry about the bills. Health insurance. Health insurance. Louder for the guys in the back. Health insurance. Am I out of my fucking mind? Like, what am I doing where I've got my wife at home with her whole damn face swelled up going, well, we'll figure it out. I think, I don't know, we'll do our best. What the fuck is wrong with me? Man, I'm mad at me. Oh yeah, me and me are gonna have a fight pretty soon if I don't get my shit straightened out. I'm not happy with me even a little bit. No, I'm not. 401k. Even if I don't live to the day to see it, I can put a beneficiary on it. I drop dead in the truck. Family gets at least a little bit of money. And the security of not paying the bills, the truck payment, the fuel, the breakdowns, motel rooms if I need one, reefer fuel washouts, truck washes, the list goes on and on and on. And what did I accomplish through all of this? Nothing. I walked into this lease with nothing, and I'm walking out with nothing. Had 2 good weeks. 2! Come on now, man, what am I doing? And it's my goddamn pride that I don't want to come on YouTube and look like a damn fool, but at the same time, I tell you guys, I'm going to give you the reality of what's going on out here. And then when it comes to, well, I screwed up again, I want to like hold on to it, or I want to shy away from it. Well, guys, here it is. I screwed up again. There you go. There you have it. And it's going to take me another damn week to fix it. So hopefully we can get a week out of this, starting Monday at the latest. Maybe he'll call me tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe he'll call me tomorrow, but I don't want to look at the goddamn load board ever again. I mean, that may change in the future, but I don't want to look at that depressing fucking load board and go, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? You know what I want to do is just easy street again. Kick back, and maybe I have a bad week here and there as a company driver, but I'm not losing money over it. I'm not getting a negative settlement because it happened. Now I'm in the hole? No, I'd rather take 0 any day. And you're never going to make 0 as a company driver. You might have a real disappointing week, but you're never going to make 0 unless you took the whole damn week off. I gotta do better, guys. Heard my voice crack there. No, I'm not crying on my video. I need to go in and get a drink. I am so dehydrated right now. But that's it. I need to do better. This is gonna be a tough week coming up. Unless he can get this truck moving tomorrow. If he doesn't have it moving tomorrow, lost cause. We're giving up till Monday. And this truck has got to move Monday. Has got to. And the minute somebody says, okay, we got you approved, we're ready to hire you on, I'm going to need them to help me. Because I live in Colorado, the truck's going back to Chicago. They should be able to help me just fine. I've got a truck full of stuff and $0. No monies, right? None. They're going to need to get me a rental car. And I'm going to load up that rental car, and I'm going to take everything with me, and I'm just going to swallow my damn pride, my foolish pride, and I'm going to drive for a company. And I'm going to make my money. I'm not going to get rich driving a truck, and I'm going to make my videos, and I'm just going to be happy to do it because I spent 8 years doing it, and I don't understand why I can't figure out a way to do it again, or I can't bring myself to do it again. I'm an idiot. That's why. So anyways, I'm going to get this video put together for you guys. It's coming out late tonight, but that's just the way it is, and I will talk to you soon. I've got to do better, baby. I've got to do better.